Did you flashing at me? Baffled if it's whole business back, okay. That's flashing at me, let's forgot a message.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slàinte. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl.
Oh,
Till
God.
tomorrow.
That is the killer.
My God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing. But I couldn't just let her die.
Let's go.
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted. I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late. Fixed tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to? I unhooked the first wire.
So this is how the killer got in there.
I released the second wire. Even with both wires
Don't know if I
removed,
push
the
it.
statue remained upright. If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
In we go. Let's go and save the woman.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
No. Oh, we go for the no again,
no.
we?
No.
Yeah. A bullet casing. Didn't even try the front doorbell. Mystery machine. Broken decoder. Oh, I'll make a quick cat burglar. Yeah, you will. She's not over here, is she? Well, I can't go back out that way. So let's just go through this open door. Let's go.
My God,
She's
I'm
dead.
too late.
Great. I've just broken in.
Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl.
What do you know of my father?
Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
It's so like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to
Oh.
know each other.
She was gone. She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why?
Okay. Let's investigate her body.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice
Can I
Queen
steal
alone
stuff?
in her ice palace. I opened it. Inside
Yeah, let's take
was
the
a
key.
tiny gold key. I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Let's see what music we can play.
It was a photograph of my father, the first
With
one
your
I ever
fingers.
took, with the first camera he ever bought me. They hadn't placed the bug on the photo.
Wasn't there like a box here you could like open and like that and stuff? Like that and stuff, jeez.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's box. It was a bug. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
Okay.
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Okay. How long has that bug been there?
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the
Yes,
lid
but I
was
now
a
have a
perfect
key.
match to Carchon's. I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside. It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box.
Yeah.
I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up.
Oh, my
Imelda
father.
and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people
Was my
butchered.
father.
And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years,
Father's a butcher.
my own father. There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come. Hotel St. George, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for. Or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll just give you a phony job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda, suddenly everything made sense. My
he
father
was
had
one of the
been
good
working
guys.
undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all.
So he.
He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
You're going to sit down anyway. Okay, next morning. Maybe I did make the phone call then.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George.
So tell me, George, how was Ireland?
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead.
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Wow.
Pigram's gem?
The Templar's gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture
look
of
at
a
the,
hanged man. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them,
So
is
you
a
put the tripod and gem
supported
together?
by a tripod.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Okay.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lopinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip
Yeah,
to the
okay.
laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Let's go.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened. But I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a
Look, you went and
journalist.
saw your editor. Let's go to the museum. Hey George, let's go in here. So,
Pardon me?
Oui, monsieur?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the...
It does.
Yeah.
Most.
You don't know.
No, oh, it was. It was.
yeah,
But
okay.
Why don't you...
You know? Do you?
And
Could
you're...
talk to you. I know everything I know from you.
Thanks for your help.
You let me hide in there? Okay.
This is ridiculous. I could
Let's
be
go
here
see
for
the police then.
hours.
Boom, boom. Oh, he's not there. That's upsetting.
Sergeant Moo,
Yes.
have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably
Oh, tell
by
me
one
more.
of his rivals.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic.
Okay.
In the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
he
thank you very
ruined
much.
people's lawns.
Can I make a
See you
phone
later,
call?
Sergeant.
Oh, that all done. Yeah, that's all done. And I got a new location. Let's go to the hostel. Hey. What were you fighting?
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door
go inside the
was
hostel then.
locked.
Okay, there's a nurse. Go that way. I can go that way. So let's talk to the doctor first.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies
Okay, yeah,
regarding
but-
visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
Okay.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
I think I ought to warn you
How do I know that?
that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most
Really?
exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir,
Okay.
I do not.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't
Okay,
encourage
bye.
physical contact between my staff.
Thanks for your help.
Talk to the receptionist.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans.
Sounds
They were
American.
my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
like.
related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my
Okay.
life.
I guess not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close
Okay.
acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not.
Oh, looks like a weasel.
Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Okay,
Sounds
you're not
as they
going to need more
escaped
help
from
to
the zoo.
shake my hand.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
It looks better in there than it did in there. That was easy to get past, wasn't it? Several minutes later. Seems to be walking around in a circle.
Excuse me, sir. Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
Okay.
No, it does not.
Thanks
Let's
for
figure
your
out the
help.
problem.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Fair left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2.
Thank you very much.
And good luck.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Let's go.